We're going to look at the top things that you learned in school that are now useless. The number one thing, how to play the recorder. You guys know what the recorder is, right? Anybody not know what the recorder is? I, in school, hated music. I'm still a terrible musician. I cannot do music. I'm so bad at it. It's just not my thing. So in elementary school, in like grade 7, I think it was, I used to cry a lot. And one of the things that we used to have to do in elementary school is go up in front of the class, play a recorder song that we chose. I was the last one out of anybody in the entire class. There was like probably 20 people, and I had to go up in front of the fucking class, and I was so fucking nervous, dude. So I get up in front of the class, and everybody had already gone, and the whole class is watching me. They're all wanting to get this over with. They're all watching me. You could feel the eyes. You know what I mean? Like the intense eyes. And I get up there, and I'm shaking. I'm like a fucking goddamn leaf in the wind. And I get up there to play, and I go, and I fucking freak out, and I start crying. I break down in front of my entire grade 7 class. I just fucking start crying. Most kids that age are dicks. They started laughing at me, dude, and it just made it worse. Luckily, at that age also, you kind of forget things quickly. Nobody really remembered it. There was one kid who like slipped in dog shit and it got all over him, and nobody remembered that. And then I kind of went off to high school, and high school changes everything. Nobody is ever gonna make you play the recorder again. Everybody fucking hates the recorder. There's always that one kid in class who like grabs the recorder with his whole fucking mouth and he goes, "Aah!" and he plays the fucking thing at like the top of his lungs. Everybody tried that at least fucking once. We all tried to interrupt the class. We all tried to interrupt the teacher with that loud ass fucking recorder squeal. God, I hated that shit. Everybody at that age, okay, maybe not everybody, but 90% of the people in school suck at music. Until you start getting to high school, maybe late high school. You're realizing that music is your thing and you start doing band, that's when you start getting better. But you're grade 7, grade 6, grade 5, you suck at music, for the most part. That's the recorder. Nobody likes the recorder. So now we have how to drop an egg without breaking it. Did you guys ever do egg drops? So this is like a big science thing. When you're a kid, a lot of people did the thing where you had to like try to create a thing out of popsicle sticks and whatnot and drop it off of a building and see if it would fucking survive. I know a lot of classes did that. You will never do this in the real life. The only thing that I can see that comes close, if you do like youth groups and things like that, we had to do that kind of stuff. There's always these projects, and like I don't blame the teachers because they're trying to teach the curriculum that's given to them, and they try to do cool things. Don't blame the teachers at all. I think it's just a dumb thing that people have invented to do. Why waste food? There's another point. You'll never use this again. I mean, unless you're like a professional egg dropper or some shit, you'll never do it. Cursive is the dumbest thing. I cannot read cursive. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but when people write in cursive, it literally makes me want to pull my hair out because I can't fucking do it. The only time you are going to use cursive in your life is for your signature. I'm going to tell you this right now. Most people, their signature is just scribbles. It's not even cursive, dude. Most people just scribble. You guys know when you see your mom or whatever sign something, or your dad or somebody big and important in your life, they sign something and it looks all fucking scribbly? That's because it is. Because 90% of signatures are just fucking scribbles. Mine is the exact same thing. Mine is a shitty scribble. Doesn't mean anything. It's kind of like a fingerprint for your identification. You will never use cursive in your life. I remember when you were learning to write cursive and you had to have a pen license? Yeah! Dude, I remember that shit too! You'll never have to use cursive in your life, except for when you sign things, and 90% of the times, when you sign things, it's just scribbles. So the next one is memorizing the periodic table. Periodic table, I remember having to memorize like half of it. I remember the lower half, there's like the nuclear elements like uranium and plutonium and Einsteinium and things like that. You'll never have to remember. You probably have to memorize it in like grade 12 chemistry or whatever, but you'll never actually have to remember it. You just have to remember the left, the center, and the right hand ones. And you never have to know them, like ever, in your entire fucking life after high school. Unless you're like some kind of scientist or some shit. And let's be honest, most of us in here are not going to be fucking like prize-winning scientists. It's basically useless information for most people. You might have to remember 1 or 2 or 3. How to use long division and long multiplication. Most teachers back in the day told you, or did tell you, hey, you're never gonna have a calculator in your pocket at all times. You better learn how to long divide. It's important. It's an important fucking skill. You're never gonna have to long divide, ever. One thing that you'll know when you get into like the regular working world, or you'll notice, everybody uses their cell phones. Yeah, I always have a calculator on me for everything. Nobody's gonna come to you and be like, hey, I need you to show your work on this math. Unless you're a mathematician. So then you're actually going to be invested in math. But 99% of the time in life, Nobody's gonna ask you how to fucking long divide. It's just the truth. Most of the things in school are just there so that you understand the basics of how to do it. I think math is important. Math and like knowing how to read and write are like the two most important things you can learn in school. A lot of what high school is learning how to be socially like smart, learning how to make friends, learning how to talk in public, learning how to talk to people is the most important things that you're gonna take away from high school and school.